Yo, we're doing it. We're talking about probably the most requested island for us to talk about on YSM now.
That's not true. That would be Galactic Greens. We're doing Galactic
We're
Greens.
doing Ancient Anomaly. Called
Hi,
you
I'm Ghost
Connor.
Timper.
Yep, that's Ghost Timpa with us. No, it's JaketheDrake.
Yeah.
Ryan, I
Yeah.
hope you know, I've gotten like 15 comments asking for Ancient Anomaly since you originally took the votes.
Ugh, I have to update that again. But no, we
Anyway,
don't even.
we're doing Ancient Anomaly. It's a big island. It's a big undertaking, and we're gonna start obviously with the most important monster ever of all time, guys. What is your opinion on Perplop?
I called it. I called it so hard.
You did.
You,
My
you said it
personal
was.
opinion is 2 words: Professor Toot, and that's about it.
I don't
That
know.
could mean a lot of.
That could mean a lot of things.
It could.
Hold on, I gotta update the list. Listen. Whenever you said it was your favorite monster, design wise,
Design-wise,
oh, it's the girl.
it's the purple slime girl monster.
Designed by Professor Toot.
Alright,
It's
hold on, we gotta-
alright. It's a good melody. It plays
Let me check.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
a. It's
first
a.
island in which Purplop wasn't composed by Professor Toot or in GarageBand. Someone, I think Nautilus, sent me the chromatic scale of the sound font, and I just made it myself. It was pretty insane.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah, it just plays once.
Yeah, most of the sounds do. Well, the melodies anyway. Tried to keep it limited.
It's like the most C B tier monster I can think of. It just doesn't. It's not wow worthy, but it's not terrible. It's not bad even.
It's
Yeah.
alright. It's good.
It's just something to mix up the song a little.
Yeah, it's sort of the in between the cool finale part and the chorus, you could call it.
Yeah.
Originally, that part of the song didn't actually exist. After the chorus, it went straight to the finale part, I think. And then I added it in to stretch out the length, I think, or something like that. Because I figured out I had too many monsters to ram into 3 or 2 minutes, so I just stretched out the song.
You know, speaking of monsters that only play at one part and only play one melody and is also kind of in the similar band as that, we might as well talk about I can't remember its name, the xylophone lizard one.
Xylophone.
Yeah. That
I like
plays
That guy.
after the big verse.
Yeah. When I was composing the song, I'd already basically done everything, and I only had a few monsters left, but I couldn't figure out a good place to put Xylemo, so I just decided to duet. Well, not duet it, it's more like doubling up with string. Because I before that, I had figured out that, what's it called, cellos and xylophones actually make a pretty cool sound together. So I thought, why not do that?
It is nice. It's nice and upbeat and happy, and it is a good melody.
Yeah,
It's nice bass.
it adds some contrast to what the last verse was, and it also adds some finality to the song. I really like the chord progression that happens there, how it deviates from what the song had been doing, and it kind of transitions. I think that verse is really cool.
Yeah, it's the only part of the song where the final 4 chords are going up each semitone. It starts off. Wait, hold on. Can you hear this? No,
Yes,
you can't. Okay, a little bit. Hold on. Let me fix that. I can give a demonstration because I am cool. All right, so I think the chord goes something like this. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. There you go. Perfect.
I think it's a cool monster.
What?
Who's
Abed, what are
that?
you doing here?
Hex, how the hell did you get here?
Oh, I was trying to go to the grocery store because I got lost.
No.
Well, you might as well join us. We're talking about Ancient Anomaly.
Oh, cool.
Abed, you changed a lot since last time.
Okay, right. Start with the funny talk.
So funny.
Alright, now we gotta talk about the best monster on the entire island. We gotta talk about Snattle.
Snattle goes hard.
Snathel, who turns into Master Oogway halfway through the video.
Dude, that was awesome.
I didn't even recognize there was Master Oogway. I just thought it was some random other thing. I'm like, what? That was not indicated.
You're so weird, Ryan.
Hold on, where's Snattle in this? There it is. It sure is a symbol monster.
Yeah, a couple hi-hats here and there. You know how it is.
I mean,
It doesn't-
yeah.
I kind
Most of
of.
the monsters for the island, well, not most, there are a few percussionists, and I didn't really want to have one main percussionist, so I just kind of broke it up into each individual guy, I guess.
Every percussionist that's kind of like just a drum kit or a piece of a drum kit, they all kind of just gel together to me. There are percussionists
sort of the
that
point.
stick out a lot, and I love them, but the percussionists that are like Schnaddle, Saddle, Fladdle, friggin' what's his name, Spectra Kit, what is it? Oh God, what's his name? Napercussion,
Yeah,
Slamporbs. They all just kind
and
of
of course Clock Tip.
Clock Tip. They all are like the same thing of like they're not bad. They're just generic percussion. There's nothing notable.
Yeah.
I think you're a liar because I think you said Spectra Kit is.
Yeah, and
No.
Spectra Kit does the fucking doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, he's like the main percussionist throughout like the verse that precedes the big verse, and then he's like he does the cool snare rolls. So he's epic.
Okay, so he gets to be
Before we continue, though, I'm gonna correct you. Spectral Kid's female. Get it right. Oh my god.
Spectra Kit's dead. Does it matter?
I mean, I guess not. Do ghosts have genders? No one knows.
fine. Spectra Kit gets a tier higher than all of the other percussion generic drum kit ones just
Well,
because
hold
of
on.
the tom roll.
This is Snaddle, and I think Snaddle is a fine melody. I like the hi-hat.
Melody.
Whoa.
I don't think you can have a melody with a percussion, an untuned percussion.
Rhythm,
I'll prove that one
whatever.
wrong.
Listen, it's mid-tier percussion for me.
Yeah, that was our consensus.
Indeed.
We also got Spectra Kit out of the way.
You know what percussionist I really like?
Who
The
is
one we were
that?
talking about before.
The vomiting one.
Blocktopus.
What?
Oh, yes.
Blocktopus go
I
hard.
completely forgot about that.
This is
He's
like
just kind of there.
Interesting rhythm, honestly.
it's
'cause
like
that
one
part
of
of
the
the song-
only times a Guy Regiro, whatever it's called, monster like genuinely pops off for me.
Yeah, I like trying making it a sort of lead percussionist in that part, because the only other percussionist I think is either Clocktip or Spectra Kit. So I tried to do something like whilst filling the space that was held up before by Harpopathic's melody. While nothing's happening, Blocktopus does the thing.
What
So,
also
yeah.
plays with what's it called? The Arbork.
Yeah, Airbook.
You know it's a good monster when it's lead percussion.
For sure.
But yeah, when that monster first comes in, that's where I think, yo, this goes hard as hell.
Indeed.
I don't know. Whenever I hear,
agree.
I'm too busy. Like, if I'm gonna listen to a percussionist, I'm gonna listen to the other percussionist. I don't really mind Blocktopus. I don't personally think it's anything special.
You see, Ryan, I'm the same, but except for the first track. The first track is where like I'm popping off the block to push. Then the other time block to push comes back. I'm just.
I think the first time it comes in is fine. I think it adds there, but like any other time, I don't really notice it.
That's fair. It doesn't. It helps that it's an instrument that people often make weak or like detrimental. So having it actually be done good is just automatically a big plus for me.
Yeah, it's even better than the official Gyro Monster Bulbo. So
no.
You know, fun fact
Plus-
about that, actually, I'm pretty sure the sound font I use is the Bulbo sound font. I just
That goes-
didn't realize at the time.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, pretty insane.
It's okay because that reminds me of my real favorite percussion monster,
Oh, what is that, Hex?
Fretalic.
Thatalic, oh my god, his percussion line makes me shiver my timbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a melody.
I
It's like
tend to do that with Thatalic. Like in each other Thatalic song, he has one melody and one melody only that he plays once usually, but he gets the work done.
I gotta say though, this is it's a very iconic kind of vocal. It's got that rasp, got that edge to it to make it stand out and give itself some identity as a vocal. And I really
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, most of my vocals when I first came up with Thatalic sounded like that, which was kind of ass, honestly. But I changed it so Thatalic's really the only one who does that.
I gotta
What's up?
commend your throat on that one. That doesn't sound like a very pleasant experience to voice.
It doesn't.
It's not that bad. I can try now. It's not really that hard. Da dun dun da dun da dun da dun da dun.
Holy,
Well, yeah, after a while,
it's
it does
him
get pretty hard.
real. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's me, Thatalic. Da 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 dun. No, I can't do that.
But yeah, Vitalik vocal is cool. It's like crazy to know that that's the. It doesn't feel like the same voice of the guy I'm talking to right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, we like to
I
call
get
that
that a
vocal
lot.
range.
I think Thatalic is like same tier with like Perplop, where they serve the same role of just being something else.
He's like my second favorite vocal on this island. That's all I'm gonna say.
I wonder what your first favorite vocal is.
We'll get to that.
Wine.
Do we talk about Fina Wine?
What is there to say about Wine?
Another Jake vocal.
Wine, I think it feels like it was added last minute because it's just one of the Snellano tracks, but just on a vocal.
Yeah, well,
I have to sneeze.
it was added last minute. Originally, Finau's track wasn't supposed to play there. It was actually Bianca's track, but I felt like, why the hell would Finau be playing at the part with all the ancients? It kind of felt dumb, so I moved it. I couldn't really think of any other melodies, so I just thought, why not layer up the main melody of the song, which is Nalano's track, and then make Bianca do cool.
Phelan is like a pretty cool monster, but it's too cool that when you play that it played more than once, basically.
Yeah.
I wish it played at the very beginning.
Maybe I could have done something with the glockenspiel. Well, it also has a glockenspiel. No one talks about that. It's kind of useless. But
Yeah, I
had to
can't
add it
even
in.
hear it in the full song. I just hear the vocal.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it had a glockenspiel.
Yeah, me too.
That's what the gems are.
Oh.
Yeah, the gems weren't in the original Finau design until I redesigned it about a year ago. And I had to
Holy
give them
moly,
some
holy
crappy
moly,
use.
that's crazy.
It's kind
Yeah, I
of
think
Yeah.
it's in the same boat kind of as what's its name? Hallillusion.
Hmm.
Another quad that plays once.
I think all the quads play once, actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
they
of them.
do.
I think Fino One is the weakest of all the vocals on this island for two reasons. One is it kind of doesn't add a lot, and two, I just got done talking about Fatalic and how it sounds like unique. But I hear Fino One. I'm like, that just sounds like Drake doing a vocal.
Yeah. I agree. Well, I had to do something because originally I pitched down the vocal to make it sound a little bit deeper, but without the pitch, it just sounds like me, which is, yeah.
Like I said, this monster's cool. I wish it played more than once.
It is fun to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very jumpy because it goes up an octave then down an octave again.
Really crazy. Listen, I praise people who can sing an octave and then an octave higher.
That's not the easiest.
Ryan,
Definitely
I
not.
had to do double up.
I had to stretch my range because usually Finauen's vocals aren't that high; they're pretty deep, like Fatalic. So I had to kind of deviate outside of the original Finauen voice, which is why I pitched it down
That's
in the
cool.
vocal.
Makes him unique.
Yeah, makes him sound a little less like JaketheDrake.
Makes him special on this island.
Indeed.
Alright, guys. Quad, more like singles.
Oh,
like 10th.
Exactly.
another monster that only plays once.
It's
I
cool.
feel like
though.
10 is like whenever I think of whatever this class is called, and I'm like, oh, what's the like iconic monster? What would be the logo? I think 10th is that.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
like the
it.
Pufflu but for the dimensionals.
He's just a
It's
little
a
guy, you know. He's
small
like,
little cute dude.
all right.
It,
Here's my thoughts on Tentative. Tentative is cool and all at its first, but I can't consider it main melody when another monster exists, and we'll talk about that other monster later.
Ooh, interesting.
I think it's loud enough to be like the main melody,
Yeah, it
but
was one of the first sounds I made while composing the song, which is why it plays in the verse one.
I think it's good
Tentative
at
is
the job
usually
just
go to.
being the intro and nothing else.
It's got like some larvalist here for me. It's doing something that I appreciate.
Hex, you don't know what that means. You haven't done Magical Sanctum yet.
Well, that's considered that a little spoiler.
Ooh,
Oh fuck! I didn't edit the thing.
We're almost done with all of the monsters that only play once.
nearly
Yeah,
done.
except for like all of the ancients, except for like 2.
Yeah, well, they all play in the ancient verse, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then clocked it.
Yeah, he's percussion, so he has to play elsewhere. That's what the percussion is
I
made
mean, we
for.
kind of talked about Hallelujah earlier, so we might as well talk
All
about
right.
Deal
it.
the deal.
It. Whenever I was listening through all of the islands just to get like a little sense of background, and there was like the what's it called, like the metallic monstrosity or whatever it's called.
Metal monstrosity.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real. I think it's kind of strange that I remember this Hallelujah more than the one that like had an entire video dedicated to it. I'm saying that as a good thing towards this island.
Yeah. Well, the whole illusion on Metal Monstrosity was just the root note, but played on an offbeat, which it didn't have a melody whatsoever, which is why I deviated away from that for this island, because that wouldn't work. Initially, when I was composing it, I tried doing that, but it didn't work out, so I tried going with a melody. Spice
I
things
think that
up a
works
little bit.
well. Gives the monster some memorability behind it because I definitely
Yeah.
remember the melody mainly because it
Hallelujah
plays
is one
right
of the
before.
most like least memorable quads, generally speaking, which is not what it should be because it's the last quad. And it kills one of the main characters in Metal Monstrosity. It kills Scrapakit, so it should be more memorable. But hey, that's just a theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about it.
It's homophobic.
It just it's
Are we
just
still
placing
talking
that
about
first.
Hallelujah?
Yes.
Think so.
Hallelujah's homophobic?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Finally, something homophobic related in YSM.
Wow.
It's about
Listen,
time.
the only thing, like, the main reason why I remember Hallelujah is it's the verse right before the Ancients verse. And then just a little, like, just to go on a little tangent, I think the song does a lot of really good things, but one place that kind of is very weak is the transition from that to the Ancient verse. Feels very abrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with that because all it really does is because the key change is from, I believe, that's a C minor, the C major, to an A minor.
Yeah, just
And to
the
do that,
relative.
I just moved down a semitone, but
Oh,
it's not the best.
such a shame. But you know what else is ancient?
What?
Anomaly.
No. Well, yes, but Tychos are ancient. That's right, Arborg.
Armor.
Artwork, bit broken, dude.
Literally
Genuinely.
the best percussion on this island, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It carries. Like I'm
He's like,
fairly certain Airborg before this island was just a bass drum that played once in like all the other islands it was on. And I changed it to a taiko drum for this. No, that's a lie. Actually, it did that in Connection Central too. But here it's more of a lead percussion, like in the intro.
I just love the instrument. It is so much. It's
Like
such a good one.
like the part that it plays at the Focal for Fiona line part, that is the reason why I love that first, because of Arborg.
Yeah,
Because
he
it's
hits
like this
hard.
slow, loud taiko. It goes so well.
I think what's his name? Arbork goes well. It does its job really well whenever it's like the main one, and there's never really other percussionists. But once like Clock Tip and other percussionists start coming in, he kind of just starts to become muddy water.
Yeah,
That's my
because
only
all the
thing.
other percussions are like electric, while Airbox are taiko.
We
But
got
yeah, like,
some.
besides that, he's definitely like one of the best things on this island, no doubt.
We really do got some differentiations of the percussion on this island. We got like more electronic percussions to like more traditional percussions to like modern percussions. It's pretty cool, I gotta say, Jake. Props to you on that.
Yeah, when I was composing the song,
There's
I
also a lot
like
of
to think of
ethnic
it as sort of like an
percussions.
orchestral mix with electronic, because the whole chorus part with Harpopathic is supposed to be very orchestral with the flute and trumpets that come from both Perun Pit and Tudafent, while also mixed in with the taiko. Then what else is there? I think Clock Tip plays there. Maybe.
Wait, wait. Did you say Tudafint?
Did I? Maybe I did.
Oh boy, To Defend, my favorite.
Another one that plays once.
This one's depressing for me because whenever I was listening through the all the other islands, I remember Tudafin standing out as like the main thing. Like it's like fan to fan, funnily enough, on Cavernous Cove. It's something that like takes your ear and brings you somewhere else, and it's like, oh, this is interesting. I liked what it did on other islands, but on this, it's just it sure is a flute doing just background stuff.
It's doing
Yeah.
what Harpopathic is doing. Pretty
It's one
much.
of those monsters that I added in last minute. Well, I didn't add it in last minute because it was always going to be there, but I composed it very late into the song, which is why like all the other melody lines have been taken up by other monsters, so I couldn't really do anything with it. But yeah, I probably could have done more,
If
like in Mysterious Minds with another flute solo or something.
if it weren't
Would
for
be
the
more.
other monster that's also doing the same thing Tudafint is doing, I would consider it a really good monster. But I can't. I feel like this song would not change if this monster was removed.
It really
Yeah,
wouldn't.
it just does what Perun Pit does, but less.
God, it's also what is it? Is it like a flute?
Yeah, it's flute.
Oh, I love flutes. Should have had a melody or like more than just chords.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Speaking of Perimpet, though, we should go to that.
You mean?
Indeed, Perun Pit.
Oh yes,
Perumpet pops off, dude. It's goaded.
that one's also high tier for me.
Perimpet's weird because it's like it's a trumpet, but it's not what a trumpet like. It's not like any other trumpet monster in this community. Instead of like being a melody or like having a rhythm thing, it's just kind of like a little flourish here and there, like during the ancients and whatever, and then it has the verse with Tudafant in it. It's like it's not like anything I've seen from a trumpet monster, and I think that really makes it stand out for me.
Yeah, anytime it does that flourish, it goes hard, 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 hard. Literally, this song, anytime I think about it, I think about this monster because it's literally the atmosphere of this song.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Perunpa on other islands, like Ryan said, it's like just any other old trumpet. It does a lead, and that's about it.
I
But here,
listen,
I spice things up,
I
making
listened
it.
to Perfect on the newest island of yours. It still goes hard.
Yeah, Wooden Workshop.
This
I made
monster looks
Perunpa
like
the
a
prequel.
monster that's like hard to mess up, you know?
Yeah, Perumpet is just a really good monster.
Brass is very difficult to make sound bad, because brass is always good.
You'd be surprised.
Well, I say that with a light grain of salt. That's coming from personal experience. Like, whenever I compose brass, I don't think I mess it up that often. Not to toot my own horn, pun intended.
Anyways,
Horn, like, oh, we don't have any horns.
No horn.
yeah, this is like the only like brass and woodland monster that's on this island, right?
It is actually the only brass, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
we've
is.
got brass and woodwind. Now we gotta get strings out of the way with string.
No!
String kind of go crazy though.
He go crazy, but also he sure is the background the entire time.
He really
Yeah.
is. He doesn't stick out that much to me. He's just,
I mean, he's
there.
really good in the like second to last verse with the xylophone guy.
True.
Yeah.
But if that's really all you have, I don't think you're gonna be in the ranks.
String on other islands is usually very in the front and loud. But here, I didn't really do that. It's, like you said, it's background noise, really. With the high strings, doesn't really play. And I kind of regret making that the second track, I believe, just contrabass, because you can't hear it at all in the song.
Yeah, isn't there like
if I took it out, nothing would change.
another bass monster that plays at that part?
Yeah, Hopopathic is a couple bass notes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. There really is no point for the little strings. That's my take.
When I was originally composing this part, it sounded very empty and lackluster without bass, so I added the contrabass, but I kind of forgot about it while composing the rest, which is why it remained in there.
I mean, it adds atmosphere. That's pretty much the biggest thing that string does.
Yeah, it's not usually well, I say strings in an orchestra usually kind of do that.
Credit where credit's given. This song wouldn't be right without string.
Yeah, it's like sort of background noise you don't notice until it's taken out. Then it sounds sort of empty.
It's okay because I think there's another monster out there that's a little bit woody.
Woody.
Like who?
I don't even know who you're talking
I
about.
don't know too.
Now, Woody, obviously
know
it's
any
got to
other
be
wood guys.
Nap Percussion because of that one scene in Toy Story 2 where Woody is having a dream.
I was gonna say the Foyer guy.
This guy plays everywhere, and somehow I still don't hear him.
Yeah, I
What are we
listened to
talking
the
about?
Nap Percussion.
Oh, right.
I listened to the individual, I listened to the full song, then listened to the individual again. I still have no idea what it does.
Not percussion, more like
just
the
clap-
snare.
It's just clock tip, but a little worse.
Yeah. Like, unlike all the other islands, it only has 3 tracks on it. Like every other island has 7 or whatever it has, because usually it's the lead percussion. But like I said earlier, there were many other electronic percussions, mainly being clock tip. And when I was composing, I sort of intended for clock tip and that percussion to duet. Because in clock tip's track, it doesn't, like the kick drum doesn't play on the first beat, because that is supposed to be what that percussion does. They sort of trade between kick drums. But yeah, clock tip usually takes the focus. Yeah.
Not percussion. It's literally just the snare. I'm sorry, I don't hear anything else other than the snare.
I hear the
Yeah.
snare, but the snare is still like it's
I
the
don't
most.
even hear the snare.
It's the weakest snare.
For being,
What do I call it in my notes? Where's my percussion? It's just, oh yeah, he was the weeniest percussion sound font ever. It's just the most like weak. Doesn't have any
Weak.
punch to it. Just whatever.
Yeah, this
He's
one
a-
sucks the bottom of the barrel to me.
I probably could have done better. Maybe if I like took clock tape out of some places and made that percussion the focus instead of like making them play at the same time, I probably could have boded better.
Yeah. Speaking of clock tip, let's talk about choirs.
Oh, nice
True.
transition.
Yes!
This thing's name, first off, the name is awesome. Choirs really breaking the mold with that one.
Yeah, its
I
design is
know
also
it's
really.
I don't even know what
choirs
they are.
with an extra S. Well, the choirs is supposed to be just a bunch of grass, which is why it has double S for
Oh,
grass.
they're grass.
I thought they were
thought they were, like-
moss.
I thought they were cucumbers.
Me too.
Everyone thinks they're cucumbers. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm just the only one that thinks they're grass. You know.
You don't even know your own design.
Yeah, well, it tends to change. One time it's grass, the next thing you know, it's just a bunch of pickles. With
Listen.
a couple of them have beards.
Where it's lacking the meme and the design, the sound is where it's banging.
Yeah, when you hear it.
I do.
It has like 70 tracks, but like it plays a string roll until it gets to the Ancients verse where it's like, oh, this is popping off.
I mean, you could hear the first track. I love that first track a lot. It's like, it's so, like, magical, and I just love it. It's like a spark of light that I love.
Spark like a wublin.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like a wublin.
All in all, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just chords, really, to fill out the space.
I don't know. I feel like this monster is like probably my favorite chords on this island.
Yeah, I do agree with Hex though, because I like usually on other islands choirs it's just one choir, but here I switched it between many different choirs, like the magical like high soft choir at the beginning, to like the very rough I guess choir at the Biancan part, and then yeah.
Wait, this monster does play at the part where the piano is at the low octave, right?
I think so.
Because
I think it does.
Yeah, I remember it playing there, and I don't know, I love it. I love the choir. It's like so quiet, it's so peaceful, and then it has the really loud choir part. And it goes well with the trumpet. It's just happy.
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, it doesn't do anything bad. It's just minimalistic, but that's probably a good thing.
The only thing I could complain about is some tracks are useless because they're really, really low choir and you kind of just can't hear it. But
yeah,
I still love the other tracks that I could hear.
A lot of things about this island I would change are usually just extra tracks I would cut. Like you say with choirs, or just places where they shouldn't really play that add nothing at all.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying spark like a wublin. Let's talk about the wublin Basely.
Yeah.
Zint have an ass.
Basely's cool.
Literally, I love that one a lot. It's a bass that's a melody.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Whenever I hear it as the melody, it just like it plays everywhere, and I'm like, that is a bass monster. That's how I feel about it. It's a bass monster.
I think it's the only like true bass on the island. Like other monsters like Popopathic do bass sometimes, but Bastley's the only one. I
mean, you have like Infinitip.
Oh yeah, well that's a different story.
For the monster that plays like twice, I really love it. Like I said, like you know what monster that I said before, like I would consider this one the main melody because this one exists. Because I literally pay attention to Basely because I love the melody. It's so catchy. It's do 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 do. It's so. I love it. It's a good melody.
I didn't really think about that.
And the thing it does at the outro is funny too.
Yeah.
I think one thing to note is that like Basely, for being the bass monster, it's really weird to see a bass monster not play for the whole song. There's many chunks of the song where like it doesn't really have a bass. Like it has low notes and it has like a lot of foundation, but there's no bass. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, well, I felt like Bastley in those parts that you mentioned wouldn't really work because it's a very electronic bass, which would kind of mess up the whole flow. Like, which is why it doesn't play in the chorus because that's mainly taken up by the real instruments. Which is, I think, why I added the contrabass to string because Bastley didn't play there.
Yeah, but even like I think the part where Kermit plays, I don't think there's a bass there.
No, there is. Bastley plays.
No. Well, never mind.
You mentioned it. Can we talk about Kermit?
Oh boy, we have to talk about.
Everyone's favorite monster.
I don't know.
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about Kermit.
Kermit.
Hold on. I gotta go get a bottle of water. See ya.
Oh no, he's gone.
You get a pass on this island because it's decent, but I'll have you know, I hate Kermit so much.
I heard you mentioning it in one of the channels. Yeah.
Every single island it's on, it's just like I didn't know how to explain it for the longest time until recently. I realized the reason I don't like the idea of Kermit being on so many islands is that it makes me not want to show it to people I like showing stuff to because it's embarrassing. I don't want to show them stuff that has Kermit impression on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But for the longest time, no, actually, for Ancient Anomaly, I finished the song. It was all done, and then I thought, Kermit hasn't been on any of my islands before, so why don't I do a what if video? What if Kermit was on Ancient Anomaly? I made the sound, and I thought it sounds actually very good for Kermit, so I'm going to put it in the real song.
No, what about the one song that Kermit plays the very last note?
Dread Dreamscape. I don't class that as a Kermit appearance because Mofix added it in while editing the full song. He just added the Kermit noise.
Bofix has a trend for adding Kermit secretly to island songs. First Kevin Rivers Cove, now that one. Oh God.
Well, technically, Kermit was there anyway because in the individuals for Dread Dreamscape, he's in the lake just watching, but he doesn't have a sound until the end.
I think this Kermit, like the melody, is like it's interesting because you have just typical like E to C, I think the notes are, and then it goes E flat to C. It has that like it goes from the major third to the minor third, and like wow, I don't really see much of that because chords don't allow for that. But it was weird. It was something I didn't expect, and it was like.
On its own, it kind of sounds weird because, like you say, it goes from minor to major very quickly. But in the context of the song, it works well because the harpopathic doing the chords and such. Like I said before, though, that part of the song didn't have Kermit until like a couple days before the full song released. It was just harpopathic as the lead, but then Kermit appeared out of thin air.
Kermit really did steal the spotlight.
Quite literally. He's under the moon the whole time. Then he blinks away.
What's the melody that comes after Kermit?
I think it's Purple.
Oh.
Yeah. Purple
I'm trying
melody.
to think of like if removing him would be a detriment. Because you remove him and then that verse becomes like I don't want to say build up, but just like a setup. And then Purplop would be the melody that takes over.
Well, because Kermit wasn't in that part for like 90% of the thing, I don't think it would take anything away. It just, like, it wouldn't take anything away, but it wouldn't add anything either. Like, because the only melody that's there also is harpopathic, or according to Hex, Bastly. But,
yeah.
It's okay because Kermit, he's only one guy. He's a single, so we gotta talk about harpopathic now.
What is that? What is that? What is the connection to that?
He's one.
Well,
Kermit's just one dude, you know. He's a single.
Yeah, technically he is a single.
And harpopathic is a single.
His elements are Kermit.
Yeah, but so is Stillampthorbs.
They don't.
But harpopathic is cooler because he plays with the Kermit verse.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's easily the best monster on the island.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even.
Well, not the best, but also out there.
Besides the other one, but this one is definitely two.
It's one of the two.
This also, like the choirs, is just gives me that magical feeling that this island has that I really like.
That's why its element is mystical. It gives that mystical vibe.
It is a really good sound. It is amazing.
Fun is
probably the best harp monster in this community, to be honest.
Why is it a single?
That's a very good question.
I think having OP singles is the play.
Yeah, like all of my singles.
Just don't be Sizzle.
Yeah, Zizzle equals Dummo. Yeah, awkward silence.
That's because I'm thinking about how awesome it is.
Too
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
watching the full song now, and I do like without Harpopathic, it would be very lonely, very
Um,
sad.
Harpopathic, it's just a literal flame with an eye, and then triangle flames with little string flames.
If you
Decided,
just look at the design on its own, Harpopathic it seems very generic. It's
yeah,
like a floating monster ball with floating things next to it that make the sound.
I don't
You see
even
it everywhere.
remember. I don't even remember what this thing does on other islands. I don't think it was anything significant, but this island, it's like, whoa.
a redemption.
Well, on Metal Monstrosity, it is the lead instrument for the first half. But on other islands, yeah, it's just background noise. That's what I tried to do on Ancient Anomaly. It was sort of like a background melody, but it turned out to be more than that at the end. So lots of people like it. And I too agree that I like it.
It's like it's the song. You have the two monsters. They both of them just make up the song. It's like Bogart and Quibble, quite literally the same as Bogart and Quibble on Gold Island. You can't remove those two. Those two are the song of Gold Island.
This
And
song really is just three things.
Yeah,
Agree.
slamp orbs.
Oh,
Best percussion, hands down.
It's percussion, all right, but it's one of
it,
the generic ones that I don't think about.
it's I.
why does it exist when Clock Tip is just it, but better?
It exists because I had to add it in because it wasn't on the previous Dream Island.
You don't understand, Ryan. It stomps and claps.
It's in the name, Clamp Orbs. Stomp, clap, and they're orbs. It
But
makes
Clock
sense.
Tip also claps, and then there's probably another kick in there. What's the point?
The point is there is no point. It's the worst single sound-wise, but also the protagonist to the whole series. It's
Yeah,
very
I like when the
lackluster.
protagonist is two jawbreakers with legs.
Yeah,
Hey, my
very good
protagonist is a cube.
protagonist.
Your protagonist is a cool cube, though.
I'm trying to remember when this monster plays. I literally don't remember.
Neither do I,
Matter.
honestly.
You,
Oh, it
you,
plays in the second half of the first verse.
you know what? Frick this monster. I hate it.
Okay, I just looked through. It only plays twice. The second half of the verse 1 and the verse with Xylemo. That's it.
This monster got fucked so hard.
0 bitches.
Yeah, the only bitch is
It's
the
okay.
portal it comes out
We
of.
talked about one awful percussion. Let's go to some banging percussion, like some banging bongos.
Oh, a Mixler.
It's all right. It's not really
I love its
noticeable.
design, and I love its name. Let me just start with that.
A Mixler was one of the contest entries because I needed to replace another percussionist, Mayan Ball, who we don't talk about anymore because, not going to lie, it was less than Sklampobs. It was Sklampobs but without the clap, which
I
is why I
really
had to
love
delete it.
this. I really love this monster, especially like at the end when it comes in at the end.
Very
Yeah.
subtle bongos. It's what it does usually.
Bro, literally the casual bongos.
For the longest time, I thought it only played once until I was like, oh, wait, it plays again. Because I knew it played at the Vitalik part. And I'm like, where else does it play? Where else does it play, actually? I forget.
I think it's at the end, the outro.
Maybe.
That's it.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it plays at the outro.
I thought it only played once. And I'm like, wow, that is a very insignificant percussion part. And then I saw that it played more. And to be honest, I'm still like, yeah, it's a pretty insignificant percussion part.
It the first time it plays, it has the other two percussion. It has snap percussion and I think it's which one's the ancient with the percussion?
Clock
Tip.
Clock tip. Those two play at the same time. But it's crazy how that bongo is in the lead compared to those two.
Yeah, well, it is. It's not. It isn't a kick drum. It isn't a snare. It's just there.
Whoa,
It's
dude.
usually what it makes us like.
It's noggin. That's how I put it. It's noggin.
It literally is noggin but tall.
It's
purple.
noggin
And a little
if
bit of orange.
it's on an island where noggin's actually good.
Yeah,
So
it is a good
a lot of
noggin.
islands.
Or if you consider Free Island a lot, then yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of islands when you think about it.
But we don't think about it. We only think about Ancient Anomaly in this Discord call.
We only think about Magma.
Oh, Magma. Infinite
This one,
only plays once.
yeah, but it's cool because it plays with Harpopathic, and anything that plays with Harpopathic's cool.
Yeah. They are both like the mystical single and the mystical quad, and they do it together. That was intentional. With great intention.
It's hard to say like if it's like amazing because again, it only plays once, but it sounds nice. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah. It's sort of like Harpopathic, but a piano instead. But it plays the counter melody.
It's just kind of another one of the many monsters that plays once. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to write home about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just bass and chords, really. Plays once, and it does the job just fine.
Yeah, like Infinitip.
Infinitive.
And if
Oh,
it doesn't really do his job, I'm gonna be real.
yeah, like
Weird.
her sound font is a very weird one because in the individuals, it doesn't sound very tuned at all. Like it goes so deep, which I heard a lot of people talking about when the individuals came out.
It's very painful.
Yeah, growly even. Like it's like if you took a lion and you put it through a cheese grater. It's the best way I can describe it.
I think the thing that makes this monster painful is it's such a like it's a smack in the face because you have like all these like peaceful mystical instruments and then you just have this grindy bass that comes in out of nowhere.
Like Infinitive in of itself hasn't appeared on my channel in like 2 years since Ancient Anomaly. Which is like I didn't want to completely change the bass to fit the song better. But I didn't like want to not include it because I had to include it. The song is named after the ancients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's all I can say really.
It's not the worst ancient to me.
I feel like we both have the same opinion on that one.
Really?
Maybe I do too.
Well,
Reaper.
Yeah,
yeah.
Reaper Tip's my least favorite. Design wise though, I do like Reaper Tip's design.
I think
Yeah,
it's
What I did.
but this ain't about design. This is about sound,
It's
and
not.
sound-wise, it is annoying.
It's annoying and nothing and nothing and nothing.
Doodly doodly.
The whole like deal with Reaper Tip initially when I made it was that it's like Leopard Tip but dark because it has the same orb things, and it plays a synth piano too. But it's one of those like muddy synth pianos, which it works better in Metal Monstrosity. But I couldn't figure out an effective way to include it into the Ancient verse without doing the same thing it does on Ancient Anomaly. Not Ancient Anomaly, Metal Monstrosity. That's the one.
Fluxy Tip is my favorite vocal.
Who?
Fluxy Tip.
What's he tip?
What's he tip?
Hex, who are you talking about?
Reality?
I think I got his name wrong. One moment.
Are you talking
referring to
about the vocal one that's like biddly biddly bum bum?
Yeah, that one.
Reality.
Oh, I thought it was called Flexi Tip for some reason.
It's
This
because
element
he
is reality.
flexes.
That's his name.
Probably.
Lexitip. I'm gonna have to rename it now.
Regiflex? Oh wait.
No. But yeah, best vocal on the island, question mark?
Oh yeah, easily. This thing it's the most catchy melody on this island to me.
It is a really good melody.
Yeah, and
What
it only
was
plays
your-
once, like the rest of them, but it
What
does
were
what it
you
does.
thinking, Jake?
What do you say, Hex?
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
I know exactly what Jake was thinking because it's the most telegraphed thing ever. It's Believer by Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll have you know, when I was coming up... Initially, it was Phenown's Melody, like I said, and when I recorded Phenown's Melody for that part, I didn't realize it was Believer from Imagine Dragons. I'm being totally honest. I just knew in my head that's what I wanted to do with that part. I wanted to have a break for a bar, and then the Phenown to go like, no, wow, 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 oh, and that's about it.
Crazy song.
You have this like orchestral, nice, very calm song, and then it just goes straight to Imagine Dragons, and it's like, oh, that was, yeah.
I mean, it's a good transition.
It's just funny as all.
And we love
once
funny.
you hear it, you can't unhear it. After I figured it out, I couldn't stop unhearing it. Then I got really nervous. People were going to think I was stealing from Imagine Dragons. And then people thought I was stealing from Imagine Dragons, but it's okay, because copyright is not
Wait,
existent.
what were you stealing from?
You.
Oh, you on these balls?
Oh! I'm sorry!
I knew what you were trying to do, Hex. It was stupid.
He was gonna say Imagine Dragons.
Was I really? But I said you, because I flipped the table.
Well, we gotta flip the table by doing the,
Block tip.
Cocked it.
Yeah.
We talked about them the whole video.
Now
Alright,
we're going to talk about it.
Alright, guys, next.
No, gotta remove the L.
No.
Hog tip.
Cancel you, Ryan.
I mean, they don't even have bodies.
I'm gonna make a
technically,
tweet on
think
Twitter
about it.
called "My Experiences with Ryan Wilson, aka TheCybopGuy," and you're gonna be so done
It's a
for.
Twitter. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's
Clock
all
tip
right.
is
It is another
It's everywhere, but
percussion.
not even the best percussion. It's just the everywhere percussion.
Yeah, it's trap drums. That's it.
Tired of seeing its face everywhere.
The thing I don't understand is that like you have like how many ancients are there? I forget the number.
5.
Yeah, you have the 5 ancients, and like 3 of them play only in that verse. One of them plays prior to it, and then you have clock tip, which is everywhere for some reason. Where's the
I think
balance?
I did that because I didn't want to... Well, I don't actually know why I did that. I guess if I were to make it up a reason now, an excuse would be because he's the first ancient and the most important one. I think. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, sounds very
Oh,
reasonable.
so he's lore portion,
Everything Nap
basically.
Percussion could have... No, everything that Clock Tick could have done, Nap Percussion could have done. Because it's basically the same sound. But
There's
I
four-
didn't do that.
Alright, we only have one more ancient, and it's the best one besides the
And
little
his
vocal.
name is...
Leafy tip.
Lefty.
Oh, I get it like FNAF.
Yeah, like Five Nights at Donkey's.
Where's
So-
Ready? And where's Right?
So, like, why does this guy make the melody the main melody of that verse?
Because he's a piano, and pianos do that when it comes to Jake the Drake
I have like
songs.
3 pianos on this island.
2. No, 3. Yeah, 3. But we don't talk about Reaper's Hip. Not true piano in my heart.
Well, with Magma.
Well, 4, technically, then. 4 pianos on one island. How good.
Really good monster. Shows that first as that verse.
Yeah, I remember when I heard its individual, when I was going through them, I was like, wait, why is this one absolutely broken? Why is
Like,
it the
that
best?
verse needed to comprise of the only 5 ancients, which is what I did in the end. But
Yeah,
it
no.
also had a couple dimensionals, like, I think, Quias and Perumpit, and occasionally Snattle as the
And
transition.
Naprica.
Good job to you, Jake, for...
Nap Percussion doesn't play in that part. Nap Percussion is funny because in the full song, he just goes to sleep when he's not playing, like he wasn't already sleeping.
That's funny.
He's He's always sleeping.
And he's sleeping deeper when he's not playing, which is indicated by him slowly fading out of existence with the opacity going lower.
Oh.
Oh,
It's good job, Jake. You managed to make the Ancients make like a functioning song with them all together.
Yeah, like originally I was going to make an island with just the 5 ancients. I'm not doing that anymore, but I was.
Jake, you
And
make
that's
a ancient island.
yeah, it's called ancient anal e. Yeah. And I changed Clocktip's sound. Like before Clocktip was a trap drum, he was just transitional noises, like just sound effects I pulled from FL Studio. But when I needed to make the ancient island, which I'm not doing anymore, I thought this really needs percussion, so I gave Clocktip percussion, left tip the lead as usual, the chords even,
you
and
should have
then
just
reality
had
vocal.
reality beatbox for the percussion.
Technically, he can. He has multiple mouths. One of them a troll face. I'll have you know.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know why I did that. I just did.
Well, guys, we did it. We did all the ancients. Now we have one big special monster left, right?
Yeah,
Biancan.
Kermit with a C, secretly in the island.
Holy shit, dude. This is what I've been
It's
waiting
so true.
for.
What's his name again? Kind of forgot.
Two
Biancan.
names. Biancan / the emotional one.
Alright, just who voiced it again?
Me and Origin. Mainly Origin, though.
I don't even like it's. He's the big guy, and the most I can say is, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It's kind of like Kane on Trouble Island to me, where like, oh, that's the part where this is the big monster that's gonna do the big thing. But this one does it better than Kano.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, originally, I told myself for the 2 years that I wasn't going to ever give Biancan a sound on an island. Because I always wanted him to be like a background character that never gets like a noise because he's too evil to be a singing monster. But I kind of wanted him to be on this island as the reveal, sort of. Because
Look,
Biancan has been in the lore for quite a while,
Bi-
mentioned in bios and such. But
also
now he's here, he has a vocal.
Biancan does the bass thing with the tom roll too.
yeah, that goes hard.
Very hard indeed.
Listen, that's something a certain someone would like.
It's pretty awesome, yeah.
This vocal is deserving of playing once.
True.
I don't think it's top 3, but it. I think it lived up to the hype that it had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree because in the comment section, well, no, not even then. When the premiere was happening, I saw so many people just spam Biancan when the thing came on. Because the whole time in each individuals there was a different island bio hinting to what was happening, and in each one I sort of hinted towards Biancan because I hadn't mentioned the name previously in other islands until well, I did, but I hadn't mentioned it very frequently. And then because this island had the word ancient in it, and also kept on mentioning a certain someone, people were theorizing about whether or not Bianca was going to be here. And when some mysterious big monster appeared on the screen, everyone was like, "Whoa!" Basically just what Bianca did. Whoa! So,
I can't believe you copied Believer, Jake.
I know, I'm sorry, Hex. I'm going to have to
And
delete my YouTube channel now.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this
really
monster
awful.
is this island is going in not worth watching because you can just watch Believer. I'm kidding.
Yeah, just watch Believer by Imagine Demons. That's about it.
Anyways, what's with the purple and blue goop that comes out of it?
It's a cloud made of pure evil. Or something.
Ooh,
I'm
edgy.
talking about the thing that comes out of its eyes and the
Me
hole
when
on
I
its
huff
head.
it.
Oh, that's some law stuff.
He's
That, if I mention,
emotional.
we'll go insane.
Can I drink it?
Technically, it is a
Okay,
fluid.
that's all that matters. Okay, we gotta put this one in the top 3 now.
As long as you can eat it, it's a top 3. Technically, you can take a bite out of the cloud. I don't know what it tastes like, though.
You should figure
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'll ask it one day.
Alright, we're on the last monster.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? We forgot a monster?
No, it's easily
Did
the
we?
best monster. Like, not even close.
I
It
wonder who.
It's not even fair. Like, it's just the best monster, Snellano or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
how could I forget?
It's
yeah,
like the
it's
entire
Undertale.
song.
Saying that it isn't actually because it only plays like a couple times, but when it does play, it is the lead.
It literally is
It
the
makes
Solana part.
like the whole song was based off of that one. Like it was like wholly just based on that. It's what I built it off of.
Listen, life tip, cool piano and all, but ain't got nothing on Solano.
Milano is always the lead instrument to any island he's on, or they're on even.
How dare you make it not important next time?
Yeah, the next time I'm just gonna make them play like one note. It's just a bass note.
Just boom. That's it.
Come on, you gotta do Slap Hoda Rubber Island.
yes, left. Yeah, but like
It's no low.
this thing. Hold on. What are my notes for it? Because I know it's a lot. Where? Oh, yeah. I mentioned this is like one of the best piano sound fonts I've heard. I don't even know. Like, it could be FL keys for all I know. I don't care. But it's like it goes hard as hell. And like I think the thing that makes this monster really good, like besides the everything, is how great of a hook it is. It plays at the beginning, has that nice little arpeggio, and you're like, it really reels you in. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a hit. I already know.
I don't think this is obvious yet, but Jake, you're really good
Yes.
at making realistic instruments sound realistic.
Why, thank you, Hex.
I think money is involved in that one.
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, technically, it's Contact, the Contact piano. I think it's the Gentleman, even.
Well, that's it. That's the island.
The whole island, all 28 monsters.
It does its theme well. It does what it does well.
100%.
I can see
And I'm glad
why.
it's my most viewed island.
I can see why people chose this island to be on YSM.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And it only took me less than a month to make.
Jealous.
Listen,
I'm so cool.
I can.
What?
I think this island. What's it called? It definitely it feels like like a change of eras. Like I feel like this island, its main purpose to just be like, oh, it's like a season finale or a season premiere where it's like, oh, you can tell everything after this is going to be on some new level of shit.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the island. Like, it takes place between the final dimensional island, the fifth one, Metal Monstrosity, and the Quint Island.
Here's my thing.
Between the two.
Here's my thing. I listened to
Right.
this, and then I listened to Wooden Workshop, and then I listened to Metal Monstrosity, and they all sound completely different songs. That's when a content creator that makes MSM Island is really good at what they're doing. To me,
It's ironic because Wooden Workshop and Metal Monstrosity sound the exact same until I remade Wooden Workshop.
yeah, that's what I mean. Talk about the new one.
Yeah, of course. And then Ancient Anomaly is the only current island on my channel that has my sort of new music style. Because all the other dimensional islands are like the old era of the Drake,
You
in
did
which I compose
say
stuff a
you did
lot.
say Ancient Anomaly is like a Outer Island equivalent. Do you plan on
Yeah,
doing
it's
more
the
of those?
same type of island as Dread Dreamscape. I call them Dream Islands because it takes place in what 10th Dream. The whole thing's a nightmare, basically. Well, I say nightmare. It's a
Well, yeah.
dream.
Do you like plan on doing more of those?
Well, not necessarily right now, but I hope to do a third one in the future. I just can't really think of a way to integrate it well into the lore, really. Like, the whole point of the Dream Islands is to lore, basically. It's my lore dump.
Would you say that right now, Ancient Anomaly is your magnum opus?
Yes, definitely. Because none of the other current islands on my channel come up to the same standard, really.
Even like, because I know it's not the most recent one, because the most recent one's Wooden Workshop. Like, how would you put that compared to
Well,
Ancient Anomaly?
compared to Ancient Anomaly, One Workshop's just a remake of a previous island, whereas Ancient Anomaly is new, fresh, brand spanking new, full of all the lore. Whereas One Workshop is just a simple remake, which I said I would never do, but I thought I would. It did pay off though, because it is a pretty damn good song, I must say.
Do you have any like looking back on it, looking back on Ancient Anomaly? Do you have any do you have anything
Regrets.
you wish you were like, yeah, regrets? Like, wish you're like, oh, I wish I could have done this. Why didn't I do this?
Uh, Nothing major really. Like I said before, something I would change is a couple tracks and how they play in the song, a little bit of mixing. But other than that, I think I did everything I wanted to with the song. I had a vision when I started at the end of September, and I completed that vision. I do believe.
Well, I guess that's really it.
That's all, folks.
I will try to get this video out soon because this is a cool island and I want to talk about it.
But we
Have you
know what
already
you
made
really
your
want to talk
YSM
about.
ranking video yet?
No, not yet.
I see.
Anyone got any last words before I end the video?
Dipsters are fucking ass.